Okay, welcome to another demo derby. We've got here Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed. The demo just came out last night while I was sleeping. Couldn't do anything about it then, but I can do something about it now. So, I've not actually played the original, I don't think. I tried to play a little bit of the second one on Xbox 360, and it lags horrendously on an actual Xbox 360. The performance is dreadful. It's a little bit better on an Xbox Series. I'm excited for this because the original was stuck on the Wii. The Wii is the Wii. I'm now starting to think I might have played the original at some point. I definitely remember this cutscene, but I think maybe this cutscene played out in full during, like, Summer Games Fest at some point. The concept of this game is fun. The idea that a world is created for all the Disney characters and stories that have left common public knowledge. It's Yen Sid. My name is Disney. Oh boy! It's a paintbrush! Ho-ho! I love paintbrushes! Oh no! The paint thinner!
Was gone. I did not learn his identity. Well, not for a very long time.
Not until he became famous. And now he's in the public domain. Black Slime Bukake. Oh dear. This is a very nice cinematic. Hopefully the gameplay looks, you know, even remotely as good as this. You know that on Nintendo Switch this is going to look ass, right? Let's have a look at our settings. Gameplay is Vinny playing. Camera sensitivity, vibration, pretty standard. Screen mode, FPS limit unlimited. Desync's on, it's fine. Motion blur off. Ultra epic. So it's Unreal Engine. Audio, not all the way up to max, I've noticed. That's interesting. Why not all the way up to max? Accessibility. Yo! Found out the other day you can actually be mildly colorblind, and that's common across a lot of people. No button remapping. There was a post on Twitter, and I couldn't actually see something in the image. And it's like, oh my god. This whole time I've been mildly colorblind, and I had no idea. I know people who have to live with real colorblindness, and it's not fun. Yeah, this isn't quite what I remember, so I must have played a little bit of Epic Mickey 2 back in the day. Boing. Get plunged, kiddo. Really? They couldn't afford to do, like, voice acting for the whole game? How good it would be if, like, the lines were voiced, but apparently not. Hoo-hoo! Over here, Mickey! Hoo-ha! It's me, Gus. You don't know who Gus is? I do have a sprint on left click. Oh. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, bollocks! Oh, what video games have become. I'm finding myself excited for a remake of a game that's, what, like, 14 years old at this point, probably? Purple Lamp Studios, though, which is interesting. So, they're the people who did... wow, those stutters are bad. Wow, those stutters are bad. They were the people who did the Cosmic Shake. And I think they did the SpongeBob game before it, the remaster of Battle for Bikini Bottom. So they've got platforming game chops now. They've worked on a few projects. They should, in theory, know what they're doing. What this really needs is an auto-run toggle. So you're always in the sprint. Not that the sprint really appears to do very much, but... Or just give me the full extent of my analog stick range. So if I move the analog stick all the way, then put me in sprint. Not have me click in to run faster. Because then as soon as I stand still, I'm walking slowly again. It's counterintuitive. Make it a toggle that's always on once you toggle it on, or just give me the full analog stick range. It's really not that much to ask. It's a little bit peculiar. Doesn't quite feel right. Mickey looks pretty good though. The look and feel of this game is on point. The lighting is quite pleasant. But this is on the maximum settings essentially. And that... This was made with a lowest common denominator in mind, the Nintendo Switch. So overall, there's not perhaps the level of fidelity one would hope to see in a modern remaster, but compared to the original, I'm sure it's night and day. I'll pull up some footage of the original so we can compare. I mean, it's probably drastically different. Like, I have no doubts they've done a good job with it. How good would this be if it actually had voices? The shadow blot. It's a thing made of painted thinner. Oh, that blot seemed awfully scared of this brush. Oh! Wow! That's thinner. It dissolves anything painted. Gosh, I wonder what else this brush could do. That's paint. It restores things dissolved by thinner. You're quite the artist. Well, you're just full of surprises. I guess you soaked up some of the blot. But I'm still me. Let's practice. Like, could have just voiced the lines. It's... Wow! There are some stutters. There are actually some stutters with this. I see. That makes the door fall down. Right. Oh, shit! I'm falling endlessly! Oh! Oh! I see the mechanic. I understand the mechanic. Mickey and the Beanstalk. Oswald doesn't like us because we were the popular one? Is that how it goes? Because Mickey Mouse became the popular guy, while Oswald was banished to obscurity? Ooh, that lag is a little bit concerning. There's little micro stutters. Like, I'm trying to work out if that is a me problem, if that's something to do with my setup. Well, I've got to say this does feel mechanically like a Wii game. And I don't mean that in a negative way in the sense that it feels like it's old-fashioned. To a certain extent it does. But I don't mean that in necessarily a bad way. I mean that more... Wow, I kind of rode that for a second there. I think it feels like this is a Wii game underneath, and Wii Remote and nunchuck inputs have been mapped, like, internally to a gamepad. That's what it feels like. Like, it does feel like the controls are being held together with tape a little bit. It's not enough to put me off checking this out. I mean, based on this demo, I'm fairly certain this is something I would play. I am more about the sort of faster, more floaty, freedom-based platformers, you know. I'm more of a hat-in-time platformers that have a sense of speed and a sense of control to the characters. This is This is a bit on the slower end. And I also understand that it's the start of the game. So things are not going to be super active off the bat, but you know. I play a lot of the Sonics and the like. I like my platformers to be a little bit faster, a little bit more sort of reaction, time, and speed based. This doesn't fit that mold, but it could. If I didn't have to click in the left stick to run, if Mickey just felt a little bit faster, like if I move the analog stick forwards and forwards and forwards and forwards and forwards, from here to here, there's no difference in the speed, and there's quite a significant amount of stick left between here and here, which, you know, could just be the sprint. That would immediately just make Mickey feel just better to control. And if the jump was just like, if the jump lifted a little bit faster, like, I appreciate there's squash and stretch here. He's animated like an old-fashioned Disney cartoon, because that's the point. Removing a little bit of that squash and stretch to make him just jump a little bit faster would be a huge improvement on how he feels. And these are things that modders could probably do and sort of patch the game to include. I hate being public domain! Oh, fuck! Yeah, I think the way I would handle the run is like, in Smash Brothers, you tap a direction twice and you run, right? Similarly, what I'm thinking is, if moving the analog stick immediately to the maximum position put you in run, that would hugely improve the way Mickey feels here. Oh! 2.5D! What? I didn't know this about the original Epic Mickey. That it had 2.5D sections. Okay, now all of a sudden, the sort of slow, weighty platforming kind of makes sense, right? Because that's more sort of standard for a 2.5D platformer than, say, than like a 3D, like, open platformer, you know? So it doesn't feel so weird here for Mickey to feel slower, you know? Kind of makes sense, given this context. Like, adjusting his speed so he's a little bit faster and jumps a little bit quicker. Basically, I'm saying using the, 2010 or 11 Castle of Illusion as a source of reference for how Mickey should feel to control. Because in that game, he's very much like maximum speed when you click a direction. How did I miss that again? It's really starting to piss me off now. There we go. For extra content that I probably can't even view in the demo. But it had to be done. Film reels. Do I actually get to watch, like, classic Mickey Mouse shorts? You don't need to tell me to watch my step. I've already seen this. I've already been introduced to this. Let the player figure it out on their own. Don't stop them every 10 seconds. Oh, did you know you can use paint to paint over thinned objects? Yes. By giving everything, like, fancy modern lighting, they have made it slightly harder to tell what's a cartoon and what is, like, a object you can't paint. Like, they could have applied a cel-shaded filter to the things that you can paint. Mickey's ears are doing, like, a really strange thing when you turn the camera. I understand that's by design, but enough weird to see. His ears move as the camera moves. Wow, 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 what was that stutter about, huh? What was that stutter about? How nice this would have been before Mickey came along and soaked it all in paint thinner. I'm noticing a lot of stutters. That's something that's never made sense for me in Unreal Engine, ever. I'm noticing that this is a fairly long demo, but unfortunately it's going to be mostly the tutorial parts, and then I'll have to play them all again, should I decide to play the game when it actually comes out. So it puts me in a situation where everything I'm playing here I will have to play again, and can't skip. Adorable. I'd smash. Oh, that's it. Alright. So based on that demo, would I play the full game? Yes, I suppose so. I don't think I would rush out and buy it. I think this is a case of if a copy of this game were to fall into my lap for whatever reason, like a publisher opportunity, or it's in a bundle of some kind, then I would probably play through it. That's not to say that it's not well made. I think it's a very close and faithful remaster of the original Wii game. I'm just trying to work out who this is for. If it's for Epic Mickey fans who want to replay the original game, yeah, okay, I can see that. If it's to try and draw in new fans, possibly not. I think this is probably more along the lines of Disney putting their foot down on still being the owners of Mickey. To explain what I mean, Mickey Mouse, the character, as he appeared in Steamboat Willie, entered the public domain on January 1st of this year, 2024. As a result of that, now anybody can release a game, movie, television show, comic featuring the Mickey character, asterisk, as he appeared in Steamboat Willie, or a modification of how he appeared in Steamboat Willie. If they keep putting out games, TV shows that feature the Mickey Mouse character, then the world will still see Mickey Mouse as a Disney property and not as a public domain property. If you take something like Alice in Wonderland, for example, yes, there is a Disney version of Alice in Wonderland, but people also have the Tim Burton movie for reference. They have American McGee's Alice. That hasn't happened really with Mickey Mouse or Winnie the Pooh or any of these other properties that are in the public domain that Disney once adapted. So I think it's a case of Disney continuing to cement that they are the owners of Mickey Mouse. And I think that's ultimately what this re-release of Epic Mickey is about. Whether or not it's a fantastic remake is another matter entirely. I think it is. I think Purple Lamp Studios appear to have done a decently good job. I want to know why it's stuttering like hell on my machine, but that's probably a me problem for me to figure out and fix. But I think the reason why this remake exists is solely so Disney can continue to cement Mickey Mouse as a Disney license and Disney property, to continue to own that market share of Mickey Mouse now that Mickey himself has entered the public domain. That's what I think is going on here. That's what I think this release is about. You've been watching Demo Derby, but of course you already knew that. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to say that in the last episode, because it's been a while. Until next time, if we live that long.